How important is the grip? Well, I think it's massively important. It's in the top 3 things to get correct in that setup, and just to really make sure you've got it in place. Take that extra care of attention to detail to get it in there. It's the only contact you've got with the club, so that's what you're holding it with. It's your hand, isn't it? So it's very easy to I mean, I've got £1,000 of technology in this room, but I would still focus in on that grip to make sure that it's in place. If there's any additional spin on the ball that you don't want, if the grip isn't in the correct position, so the hands aren't in there, so you let your arms hang down, they're turned in slightly, and that's the idea of how they go on that club. But if you've got any unwanted spin, that's your first port of call, is to check that grip out. It can then affect the position of the club face. So you see the pointer there. If you've got your top hand, if you've got a weak position which is over to the left hand side, so when you swing it back, it can there easily then either go underneath the club, which will then shut that club face, or it will then try and fight to its natural position, which will then open the club face, which can happen all the way through the swing. So if those hands aren't in that correct position, there's a chance that club face will then be moved to the wrong position when those hands are trying to fight to get back to their natural position. So don't get too technical on it to dive in and think, right, I've got to try and turn these hips, I've got to do this, got to do that. It's just, if you've got any unwanted spin on there, just check that grip first, make sure it's in the correct position. So you've got that left hand where the left hand will go from the top of the finger across the palm, so the soft bit of the hand finishes on top of that club, and you're creating that V, so it will go straight down that shaft, and that thumb's on the right hand side of the club, so that sits underneath it. As you get to the top of the swing, that will sit underneath that club and that supports it. So you're looking for 1.5 to 2 knuckles and the V straight down. Very easy to point that thumb straight down, give yourself a weak grip, which will then open that club face, as I said. So get that top hand on, so it's in the palm, so it's going slightly across the hand, not straight in the fingers. If you've got any holes that appear on the glove there, and on the thumb or in the fingers, and you've got it too low down, that hole there is caused by friction rubbing on there. So you just want it just slightly across the palm, so that soft bit finishes on top. And if you do alter that left hand, that top hand, so when you put that bottom hand on, it will feel more in the way. So it's very easy to get in the habit of putting that hand on and moving that out of the way, and then you're back to where you started. So you want that thumb to go in that crease there. So when you slide that hand on, just get it in that crease. 2 middle fingers on, so it's just nice and tidy. Slight trigger finger, and you want that V to run parallel to the other one. And then those hands are then in their natural position, and the club face will then be looked after. So when you swing back and through, you won't have to worry about what the club face is doing unless you tell it to do something else. The hands will behave themselves and the club face will stay square. It has a huge effect on the shot, massive effect. You don't then have to correct for something, so it's one fault sitting on top of another fault. Very simple, very effective. The grip is massively important, so please put it in place. Any questions or comments, or any questions on the grip, please send them through. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.